Hi guys. This is the first of a lot of videos that you'll get from me. Don't love talking on video like this, but we're going to try it. This one is going to be a little longer than all the other ones because I'm going to give you kind of a lot of info. So we're starting our third round of e-learning. Personally, this is going to be my favorite. I do enjoy it, and I think that you guys as the students and you as the parents are going to like this. Let me start first with, we're going to do choice boards. Hopefully you can see my screen as I'm talking. This is what choice boards are going to look like, and I do recommend printing them out just because it'll make your child being able to do it independently much easier. But this is what they look like. It'll go Monday, it does ELA, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then math, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it'll do science and social studies. Now, science and social studies are going to rotate days. So one day we'll do science, the next day we'll do social studies, and so on. Then it'll give you related arts. And this is just week 1. So you see it's not very many pages. It's 6 pages. And then I'll post week 2 next weekend. Along with this, I will be sending you videos like this one each day that gives you a rundown of what you're doing on that day. And so I'll send it the night before. Really just the student needs to listen to it. My goal is to talk to them and maybe help some of this be a little more independent work for them. However, it's always good for parents. And this one especially is going to be good for parents to watch. So that's choice boards. Choice boards can be found on my website. This first one, week 1, is already there. If you do not have printer capabilities, you can pick these up at feeding sites. I know there was some confusion with last week and the choice boards not being there already. However, I'm told, haven't checked, but I'm told that they're there. So if you want to go on Monday and pick up the 2nd grade choice boards, I highly recommend having them printed out. I just think it'll be a little easier for your student to do it each day independently. So moving right along, this is where you will get a video from me each day explaining what to expect for that day's learning. So I'm just going to go through the little PowerPoint. It's talking about Monday, April 20th. If you have questions, always email me, let me know. You can do it when you watch it. You can do it afterwards. Doesn't matter. So Monday, April 20th. This is what you're going to do. For ELA, you have to read 20 minutes minimum every single day. It can be anything you want to read. It can be a book. I highly recommend doing chapter books. This is a wonderful time to get out those chapter books and be reading them. It can be epic, and I put our class code on there. It can be magazines. It can be anything you want it to be. You just have to be reading words at least 20 minutes every day. While you are reading, we're going to give you some tasks. So it's not me giving you a certain story to read. It's going to be you reading a story and then completing a task. So today on Monday, you're going to read. And while you're reading, you're going to think about whether you would act the same as the character or act a different way. So it can be a character in a story or in a digital text. If you're getting on Epic and reading, that's fine. Then, and it says below, then you're going to write 3 to 4 sentences telling why you would act like that character or not. So think about the way that things that the character likes or doesn't like, the way that the character responds to problems in the stories. Then write, I would act the same way as Judy B. Jones because whatever reason you think, or I would act differently because of this. So that is reading and writing. With all of this information, and you'll see in the choice boards, I'm going to click back over for a minute. There are optional things. So right now I just read the ELA part, and there are optional resources. Those are optional, but they are good resources. So this is an optional link for another form of digital text if you're running out of books at home. Um, then for reading, you are thinking about characters. We're thinking, you've seen this little poster before. We made it together in our classroom. So today I want you to think, to teach. No, today I want to teach you that readers learn about characters and their stories as they read. A few ways that we do that is we think about things that the character likes and things the character doesn't like. We also think about the way that character responds to problems. Think about Judy B and the way she responds to her problems. Then we can talk about character traits and the way that the character acts in the story. All of these things help you understand how that character feels. And remember, character traits are what's going on the inside on that little graphic there. That you remember we talked about. Those things are what's going on the inside. Then, and this is under the optional section of the reading, but I really, really recommend going in and doing this. This gives you a lesson. And so you can start by watching the video down at the bottom where it says number 1, watch until you're told to pause and then come back. So it's some people from the district recorded some really great lessons. And so she's going to talk to you a little bit about understanding the character. And then she wants you to come back and read this story. So then you can use the YouTube link and listen to this story and then go back to that video. I know there's a lot of clicking, but you can handle it, I promise. And she's going to teach you a little bit more. So it's the hula hooping queen. And it talks about her character and the things that she does or thinks or likes or doesn't like. All right. Then while you're independent reading, again, this is a great time for you to do chapter books because you're at home and you have all that time. But some suggestions, if you're struggling, you decide today I'm going to read 3 picture books, or I'm going to read 20 pages of a chapter book, or I'm going to read a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that's okay. And parents, it's okay that they don't, read for 20 minutes altogether. In my classroom, they are very capable of doing that. In our classroom, you find a spot around the room and you find a spot where you're comfy and you read. And so some days that can be the trampoline and some days that can be a couch. Or you can even find a friend to read to, a sibling or a pet. Those are great ideas for independent reading. If you're struggling with that, let me know because I can help you out a little more. During independent reading, remember we're working on understanding the character. So these are some great ideas if you, again, this is in the optional section, but it's some great ideas if you want to, just in your journal that I sent home, you can write down, tell me about the character that you're reading in your story. What are some likes or dislikes from that character? Or you can tell me some things that character says or does. While you're reading independently. You can also jot down anything new that you have learned about the problem or how the character is facing it, because understanding the character helps you understand that problem a lot better. So next is math. Math is measurement. We're reviewing measurement this week. So we have learned how to measure to the nearest inch and to the nearest centimeter. Again, we're not doing half inches and we're not doing half centimeters. We're going all the way to the one it's closest to. So remember that you need to use the correct side of the ruler. So make sure you're using either the inches or the centimeters and you know which one that is. You're measuring to the whole inch or the whole centimeter, and make sure you're including centimeters or inches because I'm going to ask you, was it 8 pickles? All right, so today for math, you're going to measure 8 objects, any 8 objects in your whole house. You're going to measure them in inches and in centimeters. So make sure you're including the correct unit and that you're writing those down on a recording sheet. That recording sheet can just be in your journal. That's fine. And then tell me, why does the same object measure more when you measure in centimeters than you do in inches? Or does it measure more? So you're going to tell me that. That's what you're doing in math. Here are some good videos, especially if you need to remember how to use that ruler. There's a fun little game there with ABC. Yeah. It says you must work on addition and subtraction math facts for 20 minutes, or 220, sorry, for 5 to 10 minutes every day. So think about our card games. Remember salute, the one where you hold it up here and you need to be in a little group of people. Maybe you can have some siblings or your parents can help you with that. You can use iExcel. That's a great one. Mom and dad, if you need some help with how to get math facts in, please let me know and I can help you with that. Flashcards are a great option. Our next unit coming, well, I don't know if it's going to go next, but coming up, we're going to be adding and subtracting within 1,000. So it's going to get much bigger. So focus on those math facts. You can also do some, like if you are able to print some math mystery pages. And again, if you want some of those resources, just send me an email and I can send some of that to you. But those are all great options. Make sure you're practicing those math facts. And it's just to 20 right now. If you want to go higher, go higher. If you're struggling, stay low and get those basic ones done first. If you don't have a ruler, you can print this one from here, and then you can use that one. Oh, no, I didn't skip. All right, social studies is day 1 for week 1. So social studies, is my fave. We're talking about goods and services, and I'm so sad that we're not together to do this unit because it's my favorite. Goods are things that you can touch or you use. Okay, so for example, it says cars, tools, furniture, food, clothing, anything that you might go somewhere and buy and pay money for and then touch it and bring it home with you. Okay. So if you're going to go to the store and you're like me and you spend way too much money at Target, all of those things that you bought at Target and you bring home with you, all of those things are goods. Many jobs are created to produce or make and provide goods. So for example, if you're wearing a pair of pants, okay, farmers made the cotton. Cotton was the goods. Someone had to make and print on that fabric. Again, that's the good. And then someone had to sew the pants. Then someone had to sell the pants and ship the pants. And someone had to make the zippers and the pockets and all of those things. So there's a whole process and there's goods that you're buying all the way through that. And then those pants are goods that we bring home. All right, so it says, create a list on a blank piece of paper. You can do it in your journal or write your list on this sheet. It gives you a sheet that you can do where you're going to make a list of 20 goods that you see in your home. I bet if you go in the kitchen, you'll see lots and lots of them. So you're going to find as many goods. You're going to list 20 goods, things that you bought and take home with you. Okay. Things that you can touch or use. Circle 3 of those on that list. Okay. So look at your list of 20 things, circle 3 of them. Then you're going to make a new list of the jobs that are required for you to have those items. Okay, so it says consider, where did the material come from? Was it made or grown? Was it transported or delivered? Was it sold in a store? All of these things will help you determine the jobs needed for that good to be able to make it to your home. Okay, so if you chose bananas, then you need to tell me a farmer had to grow it, a truck driver had to drive it from the farm to the store had to sell it to me, and then I could bring it home. Try to think all the way through that process, just like we did with the pants. Somebody had to make them, someone had to sell them, that kind of thing. Okay. I know that's a lot, but you only have to do it for 3 of the 20. Okay. All right, then here are some additional resources for, again, this is optional, for social studies. It's a great little video that you can watch. All right, for related arts today, you're doing art. And for this one, you get to choose one of these 3. If you want to do more, you can, but you're just going to choose one. So you're going to choose one art activity. Create a rainbow in the order of Roy G. Bibb. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, using objects from around the house. Anything that you want from around the house. I would love to see pictures of these too. Okay. Take a texture walk. Look for different textures like smooth or rough or bumpy or hard around your house or outside. If you collect the textures from outside, create a picture with the textures or write down what you found. So you don't have, if you find really cool stuff outside, it's okay that you don't bring them in. You can just write them down. Or here's your third option: draw a picture of yourself in 20 years. What do you think you might look like? Again, I'd like to see a picture of that one too. So that's all of day one. That's all you're doing on Monday for day one. Okay. We have a new way that you're going to tell us, and we're checking in with you to make sure that you have done the work. And so, parents, this is important for you. It's a little chart, and I'm going to send it out in an email, and it looks like this. And all you have to do is, so April 20th, Monday, ELA, yep, did it, put my initials. Read independently, yep, did it, put my initials. Math, did it, yep, did put my initials. Science, social studies, yep, we did it. And then you can tell me math was really hard, or social studies was a lot of fun, or that kind of thing. You can fill in all of this. You can do it electronically. You can print this and write it down. On Fridays, I'm going to have kind of a check-in where either you send me a picture of it, or you just say, hey, we did all the things. And then this is the important paper for us to keep up with from this point on. This is what's going to tell me, are you engaged? Are you working? How's it going? Those kind of things. And of course, email me throughout the whole process if you need anything. You'll notice that related arts is not on here because I don't give that grade. And so make sure you're still doing related arts. I just am not sure how they're going to check in with that yet. But it's not on there because I don't give that grade. All right. Well, I think that is everything that I have. If you have questions, please let me know, and please know that I miss you. And I really hope that we get to see each other soon. Love you, friends.